The erector spinae is going to be the next one that we take a look at, and this is a group of muscle that is located on your back and is going to be mostly visible on the lower back. So this is going to be the tube-like muscles that you can feel right next to your spine, and they follow your spine from the base. So they start right above your butt cheeks, and then they go all the way up to your neck essentially. So they're really long, thin muscles, and as I said, it's a group of 3 different muscles. We don't need to take a look at each of them individually, but the erector spinae as a group can really impact the look of a back. So this is going to be very obvious on bodybuilders, as you can see right here. So this is the back of Dexter Jackson, a professional bodybuilder, and deep in steroids, but you can see here what happens when that muscle really develops, and it should also help kind of just locate it on other people from now on. So it's really those 2 big tubes right on the lower portion of your back. This is a kind of muscle that is going to be a little bit hard to notice on most people, but the second that you start working it out, it can really impact the look of your back, as you can see on bodybuilders especially. And this is going to be a group of muscle that really grows and can really give a lot of thickness to your back. And this is the kind of muscle that develops when you do deadlifts, for example, when you have a lot of pulling from a hunched over position. And so it's one of those that it's going to be hidden most of the time, but you definitely will see its impact and just how much it pushes the other muscles of your back on the outside and really adds this thickness. As far as where it's attached, it's going to be attached on the lower portion of your spine. It connects to all the vertebrae of the spine, pretty much. It connects to almost all of if not all, the different ribs, and it'll also connect to your skull at the very top here. So since this is a deep muscle, it's going to be mostly impossible to see it, other than maybe the thickness that it adds to the back, but it's going to be hidden under a number of different other muscles, including the glutes, including the most of the muscles in the back. So this is going to be one that is only visible really at the base of the back, at your lower back. And when it comes to drawing it, this is really the area here at the lower back where we're going to focus on. Now, when it comes to drawing the erector spinae, it's going to be pretty simple because they're not visible, like we've seen. They're mostly hidden under a number of other muscles. So we are going to focus on the lower back portion here, and it's going to be a very easy thing to draw. We're drawing essentially just 2 cylinders right next to each other, right? So it's going to be something like this, and then we have 2 of them right next to each other, and this is going to be pretty much what we're going to see right here. So if I make a separation down the center here, continuing kind of like the line that the trapezius already kind of pointed to, right down the center of the spine. Well, what we're going to do is where the line here, the rib cage, this is where our erector spine is going to end essentially. So what we're going to draw is just this zone right there, right when the obliques stop. The erector spine is going to take over and fill up that empty space right there, all the way up to the rib cage, but not really higher than that. So in reality, they, like we've seen, they go all the way up, right? So we can actually draw the whole thing, why not? And then we'll just draw the back muscles, the last back muscle on top of it. Make things easier. Because they do poke out in here. So right in between the back rotator cuff muscles and the trapezius. So this little portion here is actually going to be visible. We'll be able to see the erector spinae here in most cases, at least. And then the one section that we are going to see the most is going to be this section down here. Those 2 big tubes, those 2 big cylinder in the back of the body. Now the muscle fiber here it's going to be mostly following kind of like the same shape of the cylinder if we were to draw a cylinder. So it's going to be something like this. So of course, there's 2 muscles, there's a separation here, but in reality, we only ever see just one. So this is what we'll focus on. We'll simplify it as just 1 big cylinder, or 2 big cylinders. And then here we can continue them because they are going to meet with the glutes that we are going to take a look at in the next class, but they go all the way down here and attach, like we've seen, at the base of the hip bone. So there you go. That's how we draw the erector spinae. It's super simple, and there's really not much to it. One thing that's good to remember again is that in the center here, we are where they attach onto the spine. We're not going to see much growth there, which is why, you know, the spine will always be kind of visible from the back. But there you go. So this is really how you would draw it. It's only visible from the back. There's just two big cylinders, one next to each other. So super simple stuff. All right, so we are ready to move on to the final chapter covering the latissimus dorsi. I'll see you in a bit.